integration of all the southern Slavs in a federation, no? A Balkanic federation. Serbs felt him as representing Serbian state, as Serbian, so a kind of continuity of King Alexander. Yes, so that's it, you know. And also I can give a part of answer of Andrei regarding the high number of the political imprisoned from Serbian minority. You know, problem is very simple. The Institutul pentru Crimele Comunismului, Investigare, I don't know how is the name, you know, Institute of Marius Opreso and his colleagues published on internet the number of people who were politically imprisoned during communism. So there are a lot of Serbians, more than 1,000. I was also shocked, you know. And I can give you a short explanation. Why a so huge number? Because he said then, more than 2,000 volunteered for partisans at the end of the war. They were organized and prepared for fighting at the camps. But there are 2-3 camps on the border, at Bela Crkva, at Vršac, at Kikinda, you know, they are on the border, so. And it was a kind of camp of re-education, you know, who was under the guidance of Tito's security. So they were integrated, you know, and connected with security activities. And they when they came back in Romania, came like a kind of agents of Tito. That was not very dangerous then, but in 48, when started the collapse between the Soviets and Yugoslavs, then all were very guilty. So they were.
Please, I just want to add, because it's useless to speak later. Just to.
First of all, for colleague Bjelica, I want to stress that my paper was not on ideological movement about Titoism, because people that are the subject of my paper are simple people that had no idea of about an articulated philosophical, social, left-oriented concept. So I just gave a definition to show that it's the name Titoist was a construction, a pointless construction, in order to name an enemy which was necessary for a state that was building a new social and political order. They had to have an enemy to fight against something. And unfortunately for Serbians, they were chosen to be. Why was that? There were a lot of motives. Maybe the most important motive, it was a good opportunity for Romanian state to deal with people, with communities that were in their vast majority born under another state. So they had other mentalities. The border issues were solved only in 1920. So they still had work lands abroad. They were connected. Half of their family was on one part of the border, the other part of the family was on another part of the border. They, as my father said previously, over 2,000 of them fled to communists. It was not because of their warriors' gene. They were not Spartans who wanted to wage wars. They were people who were desperate because army conscription told them since the first day, you Serb, you will go on Eastern Front and we will get rid of you and will be sure that you will die in the first lines. That was probably not true. But if somebody repeats you 10 times a day, you are sure that you have 18 or 19 years old. You are sure that you will not return at home. So their solution was to flee their family. In Serbia, when they went to their family, they were happy. They thought that, okay, war is somewhere behind me. But surprise, communist authorities from Serbia found out about it and said, okay, oh, very nice, very nice. We need volunteers. I know that you will be a volunteer. Or if you don't volunteer for the partisan army, that's your home.
Yeah.
So the answer is simple, the causes are complex.
Okay, thank you, Andrei. Another question for Aaron? Or I correctly understood?
Not a question, I wanted to reflect a bit on...
Let's speed a little, we must finish we must begin our second session at 30 minutes after 11.
I am going to be very short. I just wanted to reflect on that what Professor Mirjagin told about these politically imprisoned persons. I guess it has also another aspect that these communist countries in the 50s were kind of afraid of Yugoslavia, or at least in the Hungarian case it's true, because Rákosi, for example, built a whole chain of fortresses on the Yugoslavian border, and the main motive of those political trials, for example, against Rajn László, was that he is cooperating with the Yugoslavians and put Yugoslavia with the capitalist treating basically the country.
Thank you. Thank you. Please. Yeah. You can answer now. You can I will see. Sorry. Please make your comment. No, please.
Dva su razloga za nezadovoljstvo Rumana u Srpskom Banatu odmah poslije razgraničenja.
Da, imediat după trasarea frontierei au fost două motive importante de insatisfacție din partea României.
Pre svega, znalo se koji su učestvovali na Velikoj skupštini Alba Juriji i njima je indirektno srpska vojska pravila probleme da ne signu na vreme i tako dalje. To je činjenica.
Sunt cei care au fost propuși să meargă delegați la Alba Iulia și acestora armata sârbă le-a făcut probleme ca să nu poată pleca. Era deja prezenți, erau sârbi. Am văzut la mijlocul noiembrie, au intrat în Alba.
I poslije određivanja granice upravo većina njih emigrira, odlaze u Rumuniju.
Și după trasarea frontierelor, majoritatea acestor deputați care au fost vor pleca în România.
I sljedeća stvar, kada je donet Ustav Kraljevine Srba, Hrvata i Slovenaca 1921. godine,
iar când s-a adoptat Constituția în 21,
Srbi iz Zrenjanina i Velikobečkereka, iz Pančeva, Bele Crkve šalju oduševljene telegrame.
Sârbii din respectivele orașe își trimit adeziuni, telegrame de adeziuni la acest act.
I kada su Hrvati pokrenuli pitanje revizije Ustave su bili nezadovoljni.
Croații din Voivodina erau nemulțumiți și au cerut revizuirea unor puncte din Constituție.
Njima se naročito pridružuju Mađari, ali i Rumuni.
Ei se vor alătura la aceste nemulțumiri și deci au îndrăznit, că erau din poporul privilegiat. Li s-au alăturat și maghiarii și românii.
Bilo je plakata rumunski na kojima je pisalo dole Srbija, Srbe u Dunavu.
Da, a fost asemenea
ali razlike između državne politike ogledaju se odmah u intervenciji u Mađarskoj.
Dar lucruri deosebite privind politica de stat imediat vor fi prezente sau se vor face văzute prin intervenția împotriva Ungariei.
Srpska vojska je odbila da učestvuje u intervenciji, a Rumunska je učestvovala u gušenju komunizma.
Refuză să intervină împotriva Ungariei.
Ali odmah su se opet ujedinili Čehoslovačka, Rumunija i Jugoslavija, Kraljevina Srba, Hrvata i Slovenaca zbog restauracije Habsburga, opasnosti od restauracije Habsburga i stvorena je mala Antanta. Profesor Grigor Popi je u tome
Thank you. Sorry, Anton.
I think